I told you the other day how and why Fani Willis is going to end up disbarred and behind bars. I gave you a number of reasons for that. Well, I'm going to add some more to that. And I'm also going to throw in lover boy, the garage door lover himself, Nathan Wade, okay? Now, let me go through this a couple of times to give you a peroration, a review of this. Number one, Fani Willis is looking at disbarment. Disbarment for a number of reasons. Perjury and the deliberate and absolute intentional refusal to follow a judge's order and to follow the rules of ethics as far as how and what and when to say certain things about pending cases. As you know specifically, she sat before you and the world and lied repeatedly as to her involvement with Nathan Wade when she never had to. There was nothing wrong with her having an affair with him. As I've said since the beginning of time, Fani Willis could have been married to Nathan Wade. That would not have necessarily resulted in disqualification or mandatory disqualification. I promise you. But no, with this Tiffany Henyard kind of arrogance, she says, no. You're not going to ask me anything because I'm Fani Willis. Screw you. Screw you, Judge McAfee, the state of Georgia, the rules, the court, the Constitution, my oath of office, my oath to the Constitution, my oath as an officer of the court. Screw all of yous, as we say here in the kitchen. This is who she is. This is something people have never really understood before. It's this arrogance. It's this craziness. It's stupidity. And it's this entitled sense of being immune, bulletproof from any kind of rules or determination of the rules. I don't have to worry about this. I'm Fani Willis. Repeatedly, since 2019, she and Nathan were doing the nasty. Everybody knows this. Everybody knew this. This is absolutely this is without question. And it became relevant, it became material, because it became part of a motion. That's number one. Now we move on to others. She was told by the judge specifically, remember, enough. She goes before this black AME church and brings up the race card and race, and I'm a proud woman. And they're thinking, what are you doing? You're a prosecutor. You're basically telling the entire potential jury pool that this is a racial matter, a racist directive, a racist intentional slur against you. So when you see me up here, remember, don't think of me as a prosecutor. Don't think of me as somebody who has to maintain the rules of, evidence and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that President Donald Trump was involved in racketeering. No. Remember, I'm just a black woman standing in front of this racist community, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's that. You got it? Then there are rules separate and distinct from that, that courts or that the disciplinary foundations have mandated. So anybody, including maybe the Article 3 project or somebody, could bring something a la the 65 project and basically ask a tribunal to either censure her, disbar her, discipline her for a variety of reasons. Okay, so disbarment and being behind bars. But now we've got Loverboy, the Jadrul, Nathan. I don't know. He's Fani without the arrogance, without the self-entitlement. He's like less obnoxious, but maybe more stupid. I'm not sure. You would think somebody would say to him, now listen, Nathan, you are now a part of the biggest case maybe in the history of American jurisprudence and criminal justice as well. Do you understand this? You are now, whether you like it or not, pardon me, this always brings me to tears whenever I think about how my Constitution is being completely destroyed by these judge rules. But nonetheless, Nathan, you are now a part of this. Your life is a part of this. Your love life is a part of this. Your impotence, your garage door opener maneuverings and your lies as far as where you were and when your cell phone was tracked. I mean, you lied, and also you're one of the worst liars ever, because at least for Fani really believes it. I don't know if Fanny's psychotic, psychopathic, or just crazy, but when she says something, she acts like she really believes it. You don't. When you lie, it's like you're trying to pass a hockey puck. You're in pain. You just turn away and you wince because maybe you realize, I can't believe I'm doing this. Now, a couple of things here. Number one, you're looking at perjury too. Because most people with two neurons to rub together would say, first of all, Judge, I want to make sure you understand that while I am under oath, I don't want to inadvertently say something that might give the impression that I am waxing perjurious. Okay? But here's what it is. Here's what happened. Here's what, and then I'll let you fill in the gaps. Okay? That's number one. I want to make sure. But he didn't do that. Oh no, I don't want to go through that again. With Terrence Bradley, who was the spoiler. But a couple of things he did during his divorce that he filed for. And by the way, according to the testimony, he was, apparently, if you believe everybody, he and Fani were engaged in marital in flagrante delicto, concupiscent interweaved amour during while he was married, and certainly they say as early as 2019 and not 2022, as they said later on. But anyway, so he files for this. Now let me just say something right off the bat. I hate family law. It's these new allegations, which we will address. You got to understand something. This is the worst. This is the worst part of practicing law you can imagine, because the parties involved hate each other with such a ferocity you can't imagine. It's inexplicable. The degree, the concentration of enmity and pathological hatred that they exhibit. And these are people who used to love each other, who were married and have children, and now you're trying to pull apart what once was. So, but the latest iteration of this, or of the facts, are that Joycelyn, his ex-wife, is now coming up before the court and sadly and piteously saying, I need $4,400. I need money for an endoscopy, a colonoscopy. I need help. I need help. I'm hurting. You told me you would pay for the medical treatment, for the health insurance. You told me you would. Well, listen, why don't you go ahead and you pay for it, and I'll pay you back? No, that's not what we're doing here. That's the problem. Because with all the money you've made, $700,000 over a 2.5 year period, I've got nothing. I've got maybe $1,000 a month. I need help. I've got medical problems. I want to be able to, if you read the actual motion itself, is horrible about she wants to swallow food, and she needs an endoscopy, an ultrasound, and you told me you were going to pay for this. And now I also have our kids. Our son is away. Please, I don't want to get into this. I really, they say there's two sides to every story, but the point is, this is the point. You would think somewhere the Democrats are going to say, we cannot let this man be perceived as some kind of a monster because he, like it or not, is joined together with Fani, who looks like this mean, horrible, monstrous home wrecker. And now she's tossed him to the side. Nathan tossed Joycelyn to the side. And all I want to tell you is this, and I do not want to be petty, and I'm not going to be petty. Let me just ask you this, and I'm going to give you an assignment. Take a look at Joycelyn and take a look at Fani. And ask yourself, which of the two has what we call in the business jury appeal? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But now they hate these people because, as you know, Americans need something to hang on to append, to connect their hate with and to. And it's not going to be because of legal and juridical reasonings and the various jurisprudential machinations. No. They want very simple stuff. Whom do we hate more? And there's Fani. Fani, who goes after the greatest president in my lifetime and charges him with the most ridiculous case ever of racketeering among people he doesn't even know. And then goes and lies. And by the way, one more reason. Remember, he's got to worry about this stuff too because they're now saying, did you change your deposition or your interrogatories? Did you change your pleadings after the fact from no, I didn't have sex with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky? No, I did not have an affair with a Fani to I'm not going to answer because it's none of your business. Did you do that? Are you ex post facto retroactively changing? Is this tantamount to perjury? You're lying on the stand, now you're lying in pleadings? And plus, you absolutely are a part of what could very well be looked at, the next count of obstruction of justice and witness tampering, because like Fani did, as Cindy Lee Yeager will testify, when she called up Terry Bradley and said, they're after us. You don't have to answer anything, Terrence. You know that, don't you? Wow. You called him up and said, remember, this is privilege, that fakakta nonsense, where they claim that they shared, they were attorney-client privilege, that this information as to when they started doing the nasty. This is just, they play fast and loose with the rules. They don't care about anything. And now you've got this. So remember, when they hate Nathan, they're going to hate Fani and they're going to hate the case. And it all benefits President Trump. What a bunch of liars. What a bunch of liars. And again, I'm not arguing the family law part of it. That's for others to decide. Did he do this? Did she? I don't know. I don't know. But it's going to sound horrible. And you would think somebody would say, pay her off. Somebody somewhere, how much, Joycelyn, how much you owe? How much does he owe you? We'll pay you this plus interest. Just keep quiet. And all President Trump has to do is say, you want to add this to a gag order? Mention, huh, Nathan? Let's talk about me. You think I'm a bad guy? Let's talk about you. My wife does. Anyway, he can bring that up as only Trump would do. I don't recommend that. I like to stick to the facts of the case versus extraneous collateral matters such as this perfidy. So let me tell you something. Be careful, Fani. Disbarment and ending up behind bars. In the Hooskow, the Gray Bar Inn, cracking rocks upstate. Don't think it is beyond the realm of possibility. And Nathan, oh, you're toast. You are so toast in the realm of public opinion. I mean, you look like this cuckolded little wimp pushed around by your girlfriend who now doesn't need you. And you know what? Just personally, both of you make me sick. I thought I'd throw that in there. All right, my friend, do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and do me also a big favor. Make sure at the end of this in the comment section, you comment as you see fit.